Hello, I'm George Gonzalez. I'm a game developer, and I've been making games for 7 years, and I'm obsessed with making games. I'm currently working on a game, getting paid for it, and also making a game on my own on the side. I'm constantly making games. I love it, and I want to help you be successful in your game dev career, whatever that is, even if it's not VR. And today we're going to talk about, as a game developer, how to improve, especially for those of you that are working alone. How do you keep yourself accountable? How do you make efforts? We're all different. We all have different lifestyle. We have different circumstances. It's all different. So, how do we all try to make games? There's principles that you can follow and tailor it to your needs. And I'm going to share 3 things that you can do to improve your accountability. And these come from someone else, Leila Hormozi, who is big on business. And I'm going to apply those principles to game development and how I use them in my career to help me and improve my game dev skills and experience. Because regardless of what you do, you're going to learn something and you're going to improve. But the question is, how long do you want to take to improve? How long do you want to take till you make your first game? And so I'm here to help you start now and not wait 10 years to learn all those things that you need to. Step one is clear expectations, no ambiguity. What are you trying to accomplish? How long do you think it will take? And oftentimes we can't foresee the future because oftentimes when we're making games, we are learning new things. So that's why I want to talk about it a little bit. How do you set up clear expectations? Well, have you done it before? Have you done this type of game that you're setting out to do? If not, what have you done before? And then focus on realistic expectations. So if you ask yourself these things and you set clear and realistic expectations, you'll be able to succeed. So what do I mean by this? For example, I am a VR developer. And in the last 4 years, I've helped publish 3 games to the Metastore. And so the genre I work on is VR. Even though I've done YouTube videos to help other people make multiplayer card games and other things, I can easily do that, no problem. But my focus is VR, and I love VR multiplayer games. And so I've learned VR. I've learned how to do multiplayer games. I've learned how to do back end, front end. And so now I'm in a position where I can keep making VR multiplayer games at a faster pace. And I know it takes me about, if I dedicate 40 hours, I know it takes me 7 months to create an alpha version. And that's with just me. And so I'm trying to improve that, maybe improve scope or how to do better with those things so they're less buggy. I'm learning and learning. That's what I've done before. So I know that I can keep making multiplayer games. But maybe you're in a position where you haven't launched your first game. So what can you do? Well, don't tackle all the things at once. And you've already been told that. But my spin on that is, yes, you don't focus on your dream game right away, but you can learn the pieces that you need. So if my focus was to create a mobile game that is an MMO RPG, let's say, I would focus on learning how to build a game to mobile and then publish a game that takes me 3 to 4 months to make without making it multiplayer, without making the RPG mechanics, just a simple game from a template. And then after that, I would figure out how to do a multiplayer and what to use. Photon, Fishnet, use Unity, and use the samples to figure out what you like, what you don't, and try to publish a game and see what it does. And you'll learn whether you want it self-hosted, relay service, peer-to-peer. There's a lot of possibilities of multiplayer. And then you would just keep doing that and make sure that it's within a scope. The game, if you don't know everything about what you're making, then you should estimate 7 months to make a game with the things that you know. If you know it's going to take longer than 7 months to a year, then I would say your scope is too big. It's not realistic because you don't want to wait 1 year or even 2 years to figure out what you're doing because by then there's a lot of cons to that, and we're not going to go over it. But this is how you win. Clear expectations. This is the first step because a lot of developers fail on this step. They they think that they'll make a game in 10 years and it'll be the best thing ever and they'll learn. Yes, you will learn, but you will not learn as much as you could have had you cut scope and made 10 smaller games in 10 years. That is worth a lot more to you. So if you haven't done it before, don't set high expectations. Finish it quick, and if you're taking too long, you're doing something wrong and change it. That's the advice I give if you want to succeed. The next step, self-measurement. So you have a clear expectation. Are you going to measure? A lot of people use Trello, Monday, Milanote. There's a lot of tools out there. But the main thing is like, how do you use these tools? Not just that you use them, but like if you just have a backlog of stuff and you just keep pushing and stuff, that's all great and dandy. But you have to, how are you measuring that? Like, are you like, how many tasks are you getting done a week, or how much are you spending? So I'm going to show you with me. I have this Monday, and I've shared similar Monday boards with people. And the idea I plan, and I don't plan too far in advance, but I say, okay, in order to do what I want to do this next phase, I set a list of things I need to do. and then I estimate how long it will take me, and then I track the time. And then I can evaluate, did it take as long as I think it did? And that way I can get better at knowing how good I am at making things. And then at the end of the day, I can know how much it took, how long it took to make this portion of the game. So if you are measuring, you are able to see what you're doing. And if you're spending 1 hour a week, and that's all you can do, then that's your measurement. But again, like, you can't expect to make a game in a year if you're spending 0 hours a week, or even like 1 hour a week here and there, right? And the expectations and the measurements go together, because now you are evaluating those expectations and understanding how much you can do. And it's okay if you're off. The main thing is that you measure. If you don't measure, you can't make changes or improve. And so it's important to find ways to measure yourself and figure out how much you're working every week towards your game, especially if you're doing it on the side. Okay? This is what I do, and this is for my hobby project. Okay. The last one is reinforcement. Feedback is the only multiplier for accountability. The only way you can improve, like, you can maximize your improvement with accountability, is feedback. So how do you do that if you're working on your own? And that's why I want to share with you guys some tips that can help you. One, I have a Skool community to help developers get feedback. You can post, you show what you're working on. You can talk to me every week, and I can keep you accountable to what you say you're going to do. The other option is, again, I've shown people in my community as well, and I'll post a link below to my Discord. So I have this wizard game that I'm making on the side on my own. And what I've done is, two specific friends, two people that are from other servers of other games, I told them, hey, I have this game I'm working on, and do you want to play it? Do you want to try? And then I set up the Discord, and now they've invited people. We have about 40 members. It's very small, but I'm very early into development. But these people that are playing the game right now are keeping me accountable. And so as I do the game design of the game and I share what I'm working on and what I'm trying to do this week, I'm posting updates. And as they chat and hear about the game, they're like, oh, what's going on? Or what is this? Or like, how do I do this? And as I get feedback about people playing the game and giving me bugs and stuff, I not only am I motivated, but I'm also now, I need to update this because people are playing it. And the game is not even like, it's just very cut and dry still, very white box. But I have a few people in the community that are helping, and that keeps me accountable. And so if you need accountability, find your avatar, players that want to play your game, to give you feedback. That will keep you accountable. If you have a player, even if it's just one person that loves playing your game and they play once a week, that will help you be accountable to them, because now you have a fan or someone in your game. And that is huge. This has been huge motivation for me, and not so much motivation as accountability, real accountability. Because I've seen channels, I mean, you can see all the Discord channels I'm on, and there's so many Discord channels where people just post stuff, post. But like, there's no real accountability, because you just show up, hey, this is where I'm at. Cool. There's not much accountability. When you feel the accountability, you can see the difference. It puts you in a position where, oh, I have to fix it. Or for example, when you launch a game, you'll realize that, oh crap, there's people playing now, I have to fix this and that. And that is accountability. And you can have accountability as soon as you want. You have to find it. And so that's why I have my Skool community to help you be truly accountable. I'll be there for you. As you post, the community can be there for you to test your game. You can also build a Discord and find people in the genre that like your type of game. The last thing, this is what accountability feels like. You have reward, reinforce, and reminder. And when you have people that are actually keeping you accountable, you feel rewarded for your efforts. You feel like your game is making progress. And as you do that, it keeps reinforcing that what you're doing is correct. Because a lot of times people have this fear of launching their game. It's like, what if it's not good enough? And reinforcement helps you understand that you're in the right path. If people are not playing your game before launch and they're not excited to share with other players, and they're not inviting their friends to play your game, then you need to figure something out. You need to talk to those players, because that reinforcement helps you know if you're in the right direction. That's the whole point. Accountability is not just like having someone to tell them what you're doing. It's actually like getting reward, reinforcement, and reminder. This is what helps you push your game forward. And so if you have any questions, comment below. If I missed something, or if you're having struggles with your game, let me know. My whole point of this YouTube channel is to make sure that there's no excuse for you to not finish your games. There's no way. You have all the help you need. I'm here on YouTube where I can help you. I have a community. I have a Discord group where I can show you. I'm showing people right now what it is to go from 0 Discord members. Now we're at 40. And in a year, it'll be full and the game will be launched. And so, like, I'm showing people what the process is from beginning to end. I've done it many times. I know how long it's going to take, and it's probably going to take longer. I'm here. I'm showing people, I'm being transparent about everything. And I'm going to show the numbers and all the things so that you can be successful too.